Today, we will talk about how to make leaf compost quickly. Let's have a look at the details. Ready to put all of those fallen leaves in your yard to good use? Making leaf compost or leaf mold is a cheap, easy, and environmentally friendly project you can complete at home, and the finished product can enrich your garden soil or flower beds. Homemade compost insulates and adds nutrients to the soil, as well as helps control weeds and retain moisture. All you need is brown leaves, grass clippings or kitchen scraps, water, and air. Let's get started. The first method is building a compost leaf pile. Include maple, poplar, and willow leaves to speed up the process. While you can make compost with nearly any type of leaves, some decompose quicker than others. Limit the number of oak, birch, beech, holly, and magnolia leaves. They can take as long as 2 years to break down, making them poor candidates for a compost pile. If you want to use your compost soon, avoid using any thick, waxy, or leathery leaves in your compost. Also, avoid using any leaves or twigs from black walnut trees, which contain harmful substances. Shred your leaves with a lawnmower to help them decay quickly. Just keep in mind that the more finely shredded the leaves end up, the quicker they'll start decaying. Gather nitrogen-rich grass clippings for your leaf compost pile. It will speed up the process. Mix leaves and grass clippings into a 4-foot by 3-foot pile. Use an equal amount of dead leaves and grass clippings, and mix them thoroughly. Contain your compost in a bin or fenced-in area, if desired. If you want a more aesthetically pleasing option, get a compost bin to make your leaf compost in. Include kitchen scraps in your compost pile to add richness. As the grass clippings and leaves decay, you can begin adding more organic material to the pile. Include fruits and veggies, coffee grounds and filters, tea bags, crushed eggshells, nut shells, shredded newspaper, cardboard, or paper, houseplants, hay, straw, and sawdust. Avoid adding meat, fish, poultry, or dairy products to your compost pile. Similarly, avoid adding foods containing fat or oil, bones, coal, charcoal, wood ash, or pet waste. These items don't decompose well and could introduce harmful bacteria to your compost, or even attract animals to your yard. Don't add diseased plants treated with chemical pesticides, or plants that spread through roots or rhizomes. And the second method is maintaining and using leaf compost. Keep the pile damp. Check your compost pile every few days, and add enough water so that the material stays moist, but not soggy. The amount of water to add depends on the climate, humidity, and amount of rainfall in your area. For example, if it rains frequently, you may not need to add water at all. If you live in a dry climate, you might need to water your compost a few times per week. Turn your compost every 2 weeks. Dig the tip of the pitchfork or shovel into the bottom of the pile of compost, and turn clockwise to mix the compost. Continue mixing until the whole pile has been turned through. The top layer is buried, and the leaf compost looks fresh and wet on the top. Cover your leaf pile with a tarp to insulate it. Adding a tarp can preserve heat in a colder climate and also helps trap moisture. Drape the tarp over the pile and pin down the edges with rocks, or drape the tarp over the fence that surrounds your compost pile and secure it to the fence. Use the finished compost once it's dark and crumbly. When the compost is ready to use, which could take 4 to 9 months, it will have a rich, earthy smell and feel thick and crumbly. You shouldn't be able to see individual blades of grass or leaves at this point. Add your leaf compost to your garden to enrich the soil. To use compost as mulch, simply add a 2 to 4 inch layer around the base of your plants. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.